This video we are going to discuss that is the MetalLB troubleshooting. So basically in the previous video we deployed some of the service using Ingress, and we're trying to access using the MetalLB IP but from the outside of the cluster, but we are not able to access that IP. Okay, so in this video we are going to troubleshoot those things. So I can go give the overview. Like in the MetalLB we have like two components, that is first one the controller and another is the speaker. So the controller basically assign the IP address. Once it is assigned the IP address, then the speaker will publish that IP address using the L2 advertisement. Okay, so we are having issue with this part, the speaker. Okay, so basically in single node Kubernetes cluster, the MetalLB by default set one level to the control plane node, because we are using one node which is act as like master and the worker node, but MetalLB by default put that level in the control plane node. So due to some security purpose or something. Okay, so that's why this speaker unable to advertise that IP address, okay, to outside of the cluster. Okay, so as a resolution we need to remove that level from that master node. Okay, so let me directly jump into the demo. So I have one single node cluster available. You can see also the master node IP address. This is the 67 is the master node IP address, and I already deployed this MetalLB and the Ingress. Okay, so I can show you like 1 second. Let me. Yeah, you can see my MetalLB controller and the speaker is running, and the Nginx Ingress controller also running, and the Nginx controller is getting IP address from the MetalLB. Okay, so this is my basic setup. So I'm going to deploy one Ingress. Okay, so for that I think I already have that Ingress. This is very simple application, like some Spring Boot Hello World application. In the dev namespace I deployed that. You can see the pod, also you can see the service. Okay, so this is the basic setup. I can show you those things also. Spring deploy service, I think this file I deployed. Yeah, this is the basic deployment. One deployment is there, and where I reference one of my simple Spring Boot application. I think it's available in the Docker Hub. If you see in the Docker Hub, it is available. Okay, so this is very simple like Spring Boot application. You can see here I pulled the image from here, and some hello world message is there, and after that we created one service and exposed. I think this node port expose is not required, so I have another service is there. Let me show you. Spring and this something. Yeah, so there also same thing, deployment service. This is not the node port service. We are going to expose the service using Ingress. So this is very simple service. Okay, cluster IP. Then we have this Ingress, where we reference this service. You can see the service name, and the in Ingress we have referenced that service. This is very simple application, like Spring Boot Hello World. Okay, so I already deployed to my dev namespace. You can see Ingress is here, pod is running, and the service is also there running. This is not the external IP or node type. Okay, we are going to access using this Ingress. Okay, so last time we already accessed that one, so we are going to troubleshoot. So basically inside the cluster we are able to access. Yeah, so now you can see the message. hello Java 2021 on Docker. This is the message. Okay, we expect this message on the outside of the cluster. So let me, this is the VM environment, so let me go to my browser like host machine browser, and there itself I am trying to access using this Ingress host name. Okay, so before that we need to add it in your etc host file. I have the document, you can follow this document. Go to your window this path, C Windows System32 like etc host file. There you need to add this one, your controller IP address. You can see my controller IP address, this one, which is provisioned by the MetalLB. I already covered all this thing in previous video, how to provision this IP address. You put your IP address, this 230 something, copy this one, paste there, and whatever ingress you configured. In my case I have 5 to 6 ingresses, but you can put this one. Okay, demo app ingress or something. Okay, I already added this one, you can see in the last I added. Okay, in your window machine host host machine etc host file. Okay, once you have added, then you can go to your host machine browser and hit this one. So in this case it should not work. Okay, because already we noticed this thing, outside of cluster we cannot access the ingress resource. Okay, so we are going to troubleshoot that one. So before that, as we already know what is the root cause of this issue, because of some of the extra level added by the MetalLB, so that is the problem. So first we can check what is that extra level. For the security reason they have added this one. So you can check here, kube control get node show levels, all the level is showing from this master node. You can see one level here in the last, something like exclude from external load balance something. Okay, so due to security reason they removed this remote access of this control plane. Okay, so we need to remove that level. Okay, using this command. Okay, level node your node name, then remove that level. Simple put hyphen in the last. Okay, I mentioned one hyphen in the last and the level name. Level starting from here. So let me remove that level. I removed. Then I can double check whether that level is removed. Yes, it is removed. So after that we need to restart our ingress controller and this speaker. Okay, and you can also check like we expect some of the message like this announcing your service is announcing of this IP address or something in the speaker pod. Okay, so let me show you that one. If you go to this pod, one speaker pod is there. Okay, this is the speaker pod. Okay, so you can check that pod using logs, then you can grab that one. We expect this type of message like announcing something. Okay, if you grab that one, yeah, it is announcing but is not available because of that issue. Okay, so as we already removed that one, so you no need to restart this one, but for safer side you need to restart controller and the speaker. Okay, otherwise it's not required, but it's better to restart all the two ports, this speaker and this speaker and controller port. Let me check whether it's coming up or not. Yeah, I think it's started. Yeah, now it's started. We expect we are able to access this service right now. Let me reload this one. Yeah, so now we can see your application is accessible outside of your cluster using the Ingress IP. You can check your Ingress. get service, get ingress. This is my ingress. As earlier we have crawled this one in local, so it is accessible. Your message is showing here, but last time we don't have access to outside of cluster, like from your host machine browser you cannot access. Okay, now you resolve this issue using that simple remove that I mean the node level. Okay, due to security purpose only they have added, so you can remove that one. Also you can check from your host machine ARP table this, and you expect one entry might be there. Okay, yeah, so that's it about this demo, like how to resolve this issue, like how to externally access your MetalLB IP from your outside of cluster, like from the host machine or somewhere. Okay, thank you.